Hey everyone, and welcome back to Divine Beauty Tarot. I know it has been a minute, and I feel like I say this in all of my recent videos, and I do sincerely apologize. But honestly, things have been so hectic lately in a good way, and I honestly have just not had the time to get on camera and film. So I'm really excited to be back, and I've been wanting to do this reading for a minute, and I'm so happy I have the time to do this today for you guys. This is going to be what is coming up for the month of December, kind of like what exactly are you manifesting or what is coming towards you for the month of December as we get closer to the end of the year. We're going to see what energy we are basically going to either enter into or leave behind in the year 2021. So there's a lot of information in these piles. So I really want you guys to just try to focus on, basically what it is that you are wanting to manifest into your life currently, maybe what your goals are, kind of like where you see yourself at the end of this year. I want that to kind of be your focus here because this will kind of help you select your pile that we have here today. So as you can see, I have 3 piles and we have 3 semi-polished towers in front of them to help you decide which one you are feeling most drawn to. So for pile number 1, we have this beautiful angel aura quartz, or not aura quartz, excuse me, angel quartz. Actually, it might be an angel aura. I could be completely wrong, but I do know it is an angel quartz. But absolutely love this piece. So this is going to be for group number 1. For group number 2, we have this. I believe this is a rose quartz or a quartz. Let's see if this will focus here. There we go. So beautiful. Look at that rainbow right there. Gorgeous. So this is for my group number 2s. And then for my group number 3s, you have this beautiful smoky quartz. Okay. So if you need to, go ahead and pause the video to meditate on which pile you are feeling most drawn to. As always, I will have the timestamps listed below in the description box. So once you have made your selection, you can go ahead and fast forward to your reading. Again, we have pile 1, 2, and 3, and I will see you guys at your pile selection. Hello, my group 1s. So if you selected this angel quartz, then this is going to be your reading. So we've gone ahead and laid out your tarot cards. We're going to go ahead and go through your oracle message soon after, but here's where I kind of wanted to start and see what the overall theme or message is for your month ahead in December. So the way I kind of chose to pull out the cards is I wanted to kind of focus on the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. So this actually kind of works out perfectly because we can look at these 2 for the beginning, middle, and end of the month, just to try to be as specific as possible for you guys. So for your tarot cards, we have the 6 of Cups, we have the 7 of Wands, we have the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. So this is really interesting for you guys. I definitely feel like we've got kind of like a little bit of an ebb and flow here for you guys in this month of December. Now, starting off, I see here there is a sense of feeling like you're having to maybe stand your ground a little bit, or maybe be a little bit on the defensive side just with this 7 of Wands energy. Now, typically when this comes up, this usually means that we're kind of put in a situation maybe that we're not used to, or as we're trying to work towards our goals, it becomes a little bit scary sometimes going into unfamiliar territory. And we tend to have a little bit of self-doubt. We tend to kind of think, okay, am I doing the right thing? Should I be doing this? Is this even going to work out for me? We tend to get in our own way sometimes as we're kind of like going towards, our goals or going outside of our comfort zone. And that can cause us to kind of reflect backwards, kind of like into our past, thinking of memories that when times were good, when things seemed a little bit easier, and you almost are like, oh, why can't it just be easy like it was when I was here? And the best way I can describe this is like if you are at a higher position in your job, let's say, okay, and you're trying to work up the corporate ladder, or you're trying to, move up to the next step. Obviously, it's, you're good for the job, you have the capabilities, but you're going to come across some challenges, things that you haven't necessarily experienced before because you've never done this position. And so you then tend to kind of think, well, can I do this? And you're like, God, can it just be like how it was when I was in this position? Because you knew everything, you knew what to do, you were good at your job, so to speak. And so it's like, now, how am I supposed to, have that same confidence? Again, and it's just basically kind of proving yourself or your self-worth here. And I love that you have this card here, the Six of Cups, because this is very much nostalgia. This is very much looking into our past, looking to the positives of what our past taught us. And if anything, the fact that you have 6 and 7 here, this is showing you're on the path upward here. Okay. That you are moving forward. There is definitely a huge indication here for you guys that you're doing what you're supposed to. It's going to feel a little uncomfortable for sure at times. But just know that if it's what you really want, and this is like, you see yourself succeeding, you see yourself being where you've always saw yourself being, this is exactly where you should be doing. Okay. You are on that right path and you're doing exactly what you need to. It's okay to have little moments of fear or hesitation, because that's normal. You're going outside of your comfort zone. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing here for the beginning of the month. Now, middle of the month, we kind of take a little bit of a little shift here, which I love for you guys, because I did include love messages as well for you guys for this month. We kind of just do a little bit of everything. And here, for some of you who are single, I see somebody coming into your life here with the Two of Cups. Now, Two of Cups usually means like a union or coming together. This can also signify, like I said, new love. But for those of you who are in a relationship, this could be your relationship leveling up. So whether you guys are deciding to move in together or getting engaged, which that tends to be a common theme in the month of December. I know I got engaged in December, so that tends to be a thing here. And so there seems to be a union or coming together of some sorts with a loved one. Now, if you are not in anywhere near case of love, or maybe you're just not looking for love, again, remember, sometimes love finds us when we least expect it. But if you know that that is just not the time and place for you right this moment, obviously, that does not have to pertain to you. But one thing that I can say with this that can kind of, still go along with this, is that you could be working with someone very closely on a project. So this usually just means both of you being on, the same field, or kind of like working towards a common goal. So this could very well mean that you're going into business someone also. Again, that you guys are trying to work on something together to make what you envision. So if this is more work related, that's how we can view that. But if not, if you're somebody who's like, no, I'm wanting love, or, I'm very happy in my relationship and I see us, taking that next step, know that that's what I'm seeing about mid-month here, which that's really exciting. I can't wait to get the rest of your messages to see how that correlates. Okay. So here for our end of the month. So this is little interesting here. So you guys have the 10 of Swords and we have the 9 of Pentacles. Now, here's what I'm going to say with this, and I don't want you guys to get discouraged in any way, okay? I want to be very honest, very truthful with you guys. Now, this 10 of Swords energy, as you can see, doesn't look very positive, right? And it's typically not, okay? And I'm, like I said, going to be 100% real with you. This energy typically talks about feeling defeated or feeling like, you've been, maybe stabbed in the back, or you feel like this sense of like somebody's out to get you, or, doesn't have your best interest. In honesty, with your reading so far, I'm not really picking up on that. What I'm seeing with this primarily is I'm feeling like for you guys, you feel like you are, I think, putting yourself through more, than you're realizing, and maybe just feeling like, I'm never going to get where I want to. It's almost like you can't quite see the finish line is what I'm feeling more so like with that, just because of the Seven of Wands energy, like you're having to already kind of prove yourself. And I feel like because it's not maybe going the way that you envisioned or the way that you thought, you feel defeated. And that's really what I see here with this. And the swords represent our thoughts. So this makes me think this is how you are feeling about this situation. Not that it's the reality, because I don't feel like that is the reality. This is your reality, which I can't wait to explain this here more in a second. But I feel like for many of you guys, you're just kind of in your own head. You have this envision or this idea of what you expect, this outcome to look like. And because it's not coming out the exact same way that you envisioned, you're getting in your own head. You're telling yourself, see, I couldn't do it. I'm not capable or whatever. It's like you're kind of your own worst critic. And I'm here to tell you that don't let yourself get to that point. And that's kind of the nice thing about being able to see this. We have free will. If you don't like, you're like, no, I'm not going to do that to myself. That's awesome. That's perfect, because you want to stay focused. Because here with this Nine of Pentacles, this is showing that your hard work is paying off. In fact, it has paid off. Okay. So this is showing here that everything that you've put into, everything that you have worked so hard for, you're now starting to see everything come to fruition. You're starting to reap the rewards, and the benefits and everything. So just know that it may not come out exactly the way that you envisioned, but it's still going to give you the same result. Okay. So that's the real big thing that I want you guys to try to focus on here, is that just because something doesn't necessarily turn out the way that we always envisioned it would, doesn't mean that we still can't have, that happy ending or that, life that we envision for ourselves. Okay. Sometimes it just comes in a different way, in a different packaging, so to speak. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing here. So let's get a little bit more clarification here with your oracle cards. So that way we can kind of see what the rest of the month is kind of looking like. So for your first card here, we have divine guidance. Whispers from the beings who shine, let their message be clear and kind. Okay. So this could be a message from your spirit guides, your ancestors, showing that you are being divinely guided, especially at moments where you feel this energy here, the Seven of Wands or this Ten of Swords energy. Just know that you're doing everything that you can and you're being guided in the right direction. Okay. Try and trust that, because I feel like, there is going to come a point where some of you just might, again, get in your own head and, you're just too caught up in the moment of it not looking the way that you wanted it to, or not, maybe going as planned. And we tend to just feel defeated, like I said. So to avoid that, just trust your instincts, trust that you're being guided in the right direction here. Okay. For your next card, we have, let's see if we'll focus here. We have the waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. Ooh, yes. See, so yeah, you guys are very much moving in the right direction. You're moving forward here. Okay. So don't be too discouraged with that. Here, I'm going to try to zoom you guys out just a little bit. Oh, don't mind my ugly table. Okay, here we go. Okay. So the next one we have is the cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. Right. So this is telling you to be bold. Have that sense of courage here. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, knowing what you are capable of. I think that's kind of like the biggest, maybe a little setback that you might be facing. If you do tend to feel a little overwhelmed or feeling like you're not as confident as you know you are capable of being, this is requiring you to take some steps, go outside your comfort zone. That's kind of what I kept hearing a lot, is going outside, what you're used to, or just, again, outside your comfort zone is really the biggest thing. That's what I kept picking up on here with this Seven of Wands. So I feel like this is really testing you in some ways and just trying to be like, how bad do you really want this? Because if you'd want it, you're going to have to do something that maybe you feel like just, unsure of. And that's just to really test you, testing your strength, testing your capability of how bad you really want this, situation, or how bad you really want this maybe promotion, or, whatever it may be. All right, the next card that we have is Spirit Guide. Oh, okay, so you have another confirmation here for divine guidance. You are being guided. Okay, so your spirit guides are really trying to communicate with you here and trying to tell you, like, hey, we're here, we support you, we're telling you that. Sorry, and I realized too with your crystal, I didn't even make that connection until just now, but your crystal, this is actually a really good crystal to have when you're wanting to communicate with your spirit guides or your angels. They say having this will kind of help bring that connection closer or kind of like to you. It becomes a little bit easier for you to communicate with them. So wow, I literally didn't even realize that until I saw this. So yeah, this is their confirmation to you, letting you know that we're here, we hear you, we see you. And this could also be why maybe you've been, maybe thinking about your past. Maybe you have a past loved one here, that is trying to reach out to you in this reading. That maybe you've been thinking about lately. I understand as we are in the holidays, season, it tends to bring up a lot of memories, from our past and our loved ones, unfortunately, who are no longer here with us. And sometimes when we have those moments, I like to think of it as it's more them just saying like, hey, I'm still here, and it's just a way to have that connection with them. And so if you do have somebody that you've been thinking of more so recently, or they've been popping up into your head, just know that this is their message to you, letting you know that they are here and they are helping you through this journey. And that they know that you are capable of succeeding. That's really what I hear. Like, is that, we've got you. It's okay. Like, just trust us. Like, it's just really kind of what I'm hearing. So, I feel like like a warm feeling with that. Like they just are hugging you. Like that's what it feels like. I feel like this sense of embrace, with this, oh gosh, sorry, with the spirit guide. Like, I just feel like they're just trying to tell you that they are here and that they are supporting you through this. So, I love that. Love that for you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and move on here to the rest of your cards. If you have an animal spirit oracle card, so this is the animal spirit that's guiding you for this month, which is the wombat spirit. Be at home. Okay, so they're telling you to be more present at home, finding comfort in your home life, especially when things do feel out of sorts or they feel maybe not safe. And I only say that just because if you feel like you're going too far outside your comfort zone where you don't feel safe, you don't feel like you're being guided or protected, think of like you having a safe space at home. That is where you can recharge, rejuvenate yourself, and, regain that sense of confidence that you need to continue to push forward. Because I feel like you guys have everything that you need to prove to yourself or to get to where you're trying to get to. It's very evident your spirit guides are trying to tell you that as well. But it's also good to just kind of be more present. Try not to give this so much focus. You're doing the work already, and trust that that's going to speak for itself here. Okay, so let's take a look here. Ooh, look at that. You have new love. So I was going to say, let's look at your romance for the month of December. And I got too excited and wanted to turn this over. So you have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this is that energy I was picking up on. Okay, so for mid-month, for all of my singles out there, for some of you, there could be someone coming in, and I love that. Now, if you are in a relationship, take this as this is like a new spark, like this is a new step in your relationship. Like I said, I feel like there could be a leveling up here. So for some of you, you might be getting married or you could be getting engaged in the month of December. So that is definitely a possibility here that I'm seeing. Like there's just like this newness when it comes to your love life. Now, let's see. For your love message, we have let go of expectations. A person you're meant to connect with may be different than who you've been holding on to or who you were expecting. Keep an open mind, detach from outcomes and expectations. This may pertain to releasing unhealthy or unrealistic expectations in a relationship. Okay, so I feel like this can kind of correlate to with just everything we've been talking about as well. Not obviously just in our love life, but also just with with overall expectations that we hold onto ourselves. Kind of like what I was telling you guys here with this 10 of Swords energy. You might just have to let go of what you envision it to look like. It doesn't have to be exact, just so long as you're focused on the end goal. Okay, so letting go of any expectations that you have on yourself, on your goals, on your relationships. This, I think, is a really good overall message for you guys for this month. Okay. And then to end us off, we have a nice little self-care message. What should you do to help take care of yourself? Because it is very important for us to take care of ourselves every day, all day. No matter what time of the year it is, we really should give ourselves a little bit of self-care every now and then. And so I wanted to pull you guys a oracle card that correlates with that. And we have dance. Okay, so this might just be a good time for you to just loosen up, just find a way to incorporate dance into your life, especially if you like to just kind of dance at home when no one's watching, maybe while you're cleaning or anything like that. Just to kind of loosen up is really kind of what I feel like this kind of indicates here with this card in particular. It's okay, let your hair down, just dance, let it all out, just have fun, feel the music, feel the rhythm. And I feel like that will just kind of help take away some of the stress too, especially if you do find that you come across this energy. Do what you can just to kind of be more present and just kind of let your hair down. Now, I do want to pull you guys just a couple additional messages from the Secret Garden little oracle deck. I love this deck. I find that these messages are always extra little tidbits of info for us. So I do want to pull you guys one or two. We'll see how many just decide to come out. So we're going to pull you guys a message. Oh yeah, here we go. We have present. Journey into the garden to escape the two eternities, the past and the future. Okay, so yeah, and I feel like that's a lot what this is. You've got the past and you have so much about the future, like what it is you're trying to work towards. You're being so caught up in that, and this is telling you to stay in the present. Okay, ooh, I love that. So I think we're just going to leave that there. I think that was definitely pretty straightforward though for you guys. For this month of December, definitely let me know down below if this resonated with you guys. I would love to hear from you. I'm so sorry that this has taken me so long to upload, but I do really appreciate every single one of you guys who have been following me so far, and to all my new followers, thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to give this video a like, share the video, and give a comment down below if you feel like this message resonated with you. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we're going to move on to our second group. Hey group 2, so if you selected the Rose Aura Quartz, then this is going to be your reading. So I've gone ahead and laid out your tarot cards. We're going to go ahead and start here and kind of see what the overall message is here for your month of December. And then we're going to go ahead and go through your oracle cards soon after. So the way that I shuffled today's cards is I focused at the beginning, middle, and end of the month. So we're actually going to kind of break this down and kind of just see what the month ahead really kind of has in store, like I said, for beginning, middle, and end. So we're going to start here. First, I'm actually going to read out what tarot cards you actually have for this month before we actually get fully started. So you guys have the Two of Wands in reversed. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Chariot, the Four of Cups, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. So this is actually really interesting for you guys, group 2, because at the beginning of the month, we have a sense here with this Two of Wands, almost like of uncertainty. Now, with the Two of Wands, this is typically kind of like, I think of a visionary, somebody who's kind of like envisioning what it is that they want. I think of like the Ace of Wands, more of kind of like the spark, right? It's kind of like the spark of your ideas and, new beginnings, things of just starting out. The Two of Wands tends to be kind of like, okay, now we're starting to map out how we're going to get to this point. How is it that I'm going to achieve my goal? Well, when we have this in a reversal, this usually makes me think it's like we don't know where to start. This is like this uncertainty of like, well, should I, shouldn't I? And I'm not going to lie, this is almost kind of similar energy to our group 1. So I wouldn't be surprised if you felt called to pull both decks, or, to see if you had messages in both, just because there seems to be a similar messaging, and I'll get to that here in a second, as to why I think that. But like I said, there just seems to be like this uncertainty of if you should or shouldn't, or how it is that you're going to get to that point. But what's interesting here is that you have this Knight of Cups. Now, the Knights usually talk about bringing in a message or something coming in into your life here. And usually with the Knight of Cups, this can indicate like a new relationship, or this could be like an offer of some sort. So this could be an offer to your what it is you're trying to manifest, or what this idea is of yours. And maybe it's a different offer than what you envisioned, which is why there's this uncertainty, why you're not sure of what you should do, because this offer looks really good, but you're not sure if this is the right one. So that's what's interesting here for the beginning of the month. Now, middle of the month, this is almost like where we have to make a choice. This is the Chariot. The Chariot's very much like forward movement, but also kind of looking at like which path are you going to go down. So this ultimately relies on to you as to your path, you choosing what you feel is the right one for you. Now, obviously, I can't tell you, what it is that you should or shouldn't do. That is going to be completely up to you. And again, this is why we have free will, even in any tarot reading that you ever watch here on YouTube, or that you ever get, just know that if there's ever any message that you hear that you're just like, I don't vibe with that doesn't seem like something I would do, or that's not what I want to have happen, just know that you have free will to change your course in life. This is just based off of your current energy, what it is, like the path that you're currently on. So if you decide to change that, you can and you will. Okay, so always want to put that out there as a disclaimer, especially when we have this Chariot card, because I feel like for some people, they feel like they're stuck with having to make a choice that maybe they don't feel fully all in. And if you find yourself in that situation, just know that yes, you do have that choice. It is only up to you. You can decide. And I would suggest just trusting yourself, trust your gut. Okay. That is the best advice I could even offer any advice at this point. Okay. Now it is interesting because here with the end of the month, we have a sense of feeling like this is really interesting because you have 4 and 5. So you've got the 4 of Cups and you have the 5 of Pentacles. So the 4 of Cups is very much like, I'm not interested. You have these offers. Things are being kind of like shown to you. And it's very fitting because, again, this person's like bringing you this cup. Think of this Knight showing you, hey, look, here's what I have to offer you. But you're sitting there either unfazed or uninterested, or just confused, not really knowing what it is that you're wanting. So I feel like if you're still at that point and you've had an opportunity maybe come by and maybe you needed to make a choice, if you waited too long, you might be left without. Now, the 5 of Pentacles does feel a little bit more depleting. This is usually shown as like, maybe finances, things are a little tight, or that you don't really have as much as you would like, or feeling like you were left out in the cold kind of a thing. And this to me tells me that this is kind of like more so if you kind of keep stalling, or if you keep kind of just refusing to make a choice. Not saying that like you have to make one just off of like the first offer that comes to you, because I see you have many offers. Okay. It's not just one. You have one at the beginning of the month, I feel like, coming into you. And that's going to be up to you to decide if you want to take it or not. And then it shows you how you will have a few more. So if you already feel like you're a very indecisive person, this might be why you're feeling like this. You have a really hard time making a choice or deciding what looks good. So the best thing that you could probably do to help you, if you find you're already like that, trust me, I'm one of those people. I have a hard time making a decision. That's just the Libra in me. It's just facts, okay? The best thing that I would suggest that does help me is I make a list of the pros and cons. Okay, so if you find that you're in this situation, try that method out, see how it helps you. Because if you weigh the pros and cons of every offer, of every situation that comes your way, it'll become a little bit easier for you to be like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. And then you can make that decision. Because I feel like if you wait too long, or if you keep holding it off or showing that you're not interested, this is what's going to happen. You're going to be kind of left without, and then you're not going to have any options. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of telling you, like, don't wait too long. Like, you have time for sure, because again, it's not just one. You've got some multiple offers coming here to you. So if this is, you trying to buy a home, this is you trying to get a job, something, maybe even a possible love interest, because Knight of Cups can represent love. If you have something like this being made to you, an offer being made to you for this month, something that you're wanting or you're trying to work towards, again, don't sit on it too long, because then you might just be feeling like you're left without and you have to start all over. Okay. So this is, again, best thing to do. I would suggest weigh the pros and cons, feel it out, trust your gut. You know what's best for you. And I feel like that's what's going to kind of turn things around a little bit more in your favor. Okay. So let's take a look here at your oracle card so we can get a little bit more clarification with this message, because I feel like this is very interesting overall. So your first oracle card we have is knowledge. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Okay. So yeah, this is really getting more information. Hey, really trying to educate yourself, I feel like, on this matter, not just taking things at face value. So really getting as much information to help you come up with the decision, I feel like is going to be beneficial for you, especially when it comes to, especially I'd say like mid-month. I feel like this is really going to happen in the middle of the month here. Where you might have to make a decision on something. So if that is the case, really try to give yourself as much of that information as possible to help you make a helpful decision. Okay. The next oracle card we have is courage. Okay. So yeah, this is telling you to have a little bit more faith in yourself, have a little bit of courage. Okay. Don't be afraid of any outcome, especially if it's something that you're really wanting. This is why I was saying a little bit earlier too, that if you selected this pile, but you were also torn between maybe pile one, I feel like this is kind of that same energy of just this uncertainty, almost like uncertainty in ourselves. In either what we want or in having confidence in ourselves of our choices that we make, I feel like is very similar to the message that we kind of got in group one. So if you're somebody who kind of was torn, just know that that was kind of your main message here, is just to be having that little bit more confidence and courage to make the decisions that you want, and to just have more confidence in yourself overall. Okay, so the next card that we have is the fixed moon. Hold your vision. So yeah, stay true to what it is that you truly want. If you find that you're just kind of all over the place, or you're unsure, this could be why. This is why there's all this uncertainty. You've got these offers, you've got these possibilities or different outcomes, different paths you could go on. But the only way you will know which one is right for you is if you stay focused on what your end vision is for yourself, or what your end game is for yourself. Where do you see yourself at the end of the day? What does that look like? Envision it, see it. That's how you can try to decide which way is going to be easier for you to get to that point. Okay, the next card. Oh, you guys have another Lion card. We have New Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. What did I just say? Okay, this is why I love oracle cards with tarot cards, because we literally get these similar messages here. So as I was saying, this is very much you being confident in yourself, staying focused on what it is that you're wanting. Okay. So just trusting yourself, trusting that you have what it takes to make this decision, to make this choice. This isn't going to, decide itself clearly, because if you do that, then this is where we end up. And obviously that's not what we want. So we want to try and stay focused on that for ourselves here. Okay. So let's take a look at your animal spirit oracle. We have the wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Ain't that the truth? It does, okay? And this is why I feel like here with that Five of Pentacles energy here, there is, like I said, if you sit there too long, you're going to be feeling left without, and you're going to feel that sting of either rejection or, I don't like saying not failure. I don't know why I was thinking that, but like just things not working out, obviously. And so if you feel like that, maybe you have already felt that, or, you might end up feeling that because maybe, again, you wait too long. Just know that sometimes it happens, but it's a learning experience. This is what something can teach us so we don't make the same mistake. So again, think about what it is that you want, envision that, focus on that, and that is what's going to help you make a decision that much more clearer, okay? So we're going to take a look at your love messages for this month. I did pull love messages for everybody for the month of December. So your first love message that we have is, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Okay, so if this pertains to love, maybe for some of you who are dating, like I said, there might just be some suitors that are coming, or people that you are maybe going on dates with, and you're just kind of hesitant on which one you should maybe give more of your time to, or things like that. Just know that it is safe for you to open up your heart again. Obviously, you don't want to do it just to the first person who shows you any attention, but you want to make sure that this person is going to be right for you, right? So if this is a possible new person coming into your life, offering you something like, going on a date, or, getting to know them, it's up to you. You can decide what you feel you have the strongest connection with. If you don't feel it, you don't feel it. I don't want you to ever feel like you have to force anything. I feel like that's the biggest thing, is don't force it. Just know that you have to make that pros and cons list for yourself, what it is that you're looking for, what it is you won't settle for. And then that's how you can kind of determine if this person kind of fits within that criteria or not, or if this is somebody you could see yourself with, especially if this pertains to my people who out there who are looking for love. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Know that it is still safe for you to love. You can be open. You don't have to be closed off. Like this guy's kind of given here a little bit. You don't have to necessarily just reject everything that comes to you. But you also don't have to take everything that comes to you. So I know that kind of sucks to hear, because nothing's a definitive answer, but this is where your confidence comes in. This is where you knowing what you want, knowing your self-worth, and holding on to what you envision for yourself. What does your ideal relationship look like? What does your happiness look like when you find that person? That's what you need to focus on and fixate, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and pull your next love message. Ooh, we have intimacy. Ask yourself if it's possible to build more depth into this relationship. There needs to be a healthy balance of physical, emotional, and spiritual intimacy for this relationship to endure. This connection needs to be beyond the physical aspect and more than just an intense physical attraction. Okay, so this might make a lot of sense then for those of you who are looking for a relationship. You obviously are wanting something more, and that's good. That's good. You shouldn't have to just focus, like I said, for anything that just comes your way just because they look good, just because maybe you have great sexual chemistry right off the bat. That's awesome. Of course, that's important, but you want to be able to have that intimacy as well, and obviously there are other aspects that maybe that you're looking for. Okay. Now, for those of you who are in a healthy, happy relationship, this is just, again, showing that intimacy could be a key point in this month for you guys. You guys are kind of maybe opening up a little bit more to one another. You guys are just kind of getting a little bit more closer this month, which is very, I think, fitting as we get into the colder months. A lot more cuddling, a lot more, just, I feel like more of a connection with your loved one is really kind of what I'm seeing here with that. So I love these messages so far for you guys, because I think as far as love, we definitely have some real potential here. So okay, for our final card, this is our self-love oracle card. So I feel like self-love is super important for everybody. We should always take a moment whenever we can to give ourselves a little bit of self-love, self-healing, and we're going to see what your message is for the month of December. We have rest, okay? Yeah, so give yourself a little bit of rest, okay? I feel like, yeah, you might just be feeling overworked, over it all. There's just so much going on, and this again could be why you're having such a difficult time trying to decide what it is you should do or what's best for you, because there's just so much going on. So like I said, find a way to prioritize, find a way to, maybe make a list of things that's going to be a little bit easier for you. So then that way you can decide what you should do next. And, again, knowing what offer to take next, I think will just kind of help you be a little bit more confident in your decision making. Okay. Now, I do want to pull you guys a final message. This is from the Secret Garden Oracle, and we're going to see kind of what your final messages for the month of December for my group twos. Okay, yeah, we'll just take them because they all just fell out. So we have bloom and attracts more than butterflies. Okay, so I feel like this is just like your confidence. Let it shine, let it show through. You will be surprised at what you attract. Okay, we have relax, delight in powdered gold sunshine. So literally you had rest and relax. Okay, take a breather. It's okay. It's okay to give yourself a little R&R. And then we have present. Okay, again, if you watched pile 1, you would know this is just another confirmation. Be more present. Okay. Journey into the garden to escape the two eternities, the past and the future. Okay. So there's no use in looking back. There's no use in trying to focus too much on the future. Okay. Try to be more present. Okay. And by doing that, I promise you, it's just going to help you gain that sense of confidence, help you gain more of a vision for yourself and trusting the universe that it has your back and that you will be where you want. Okay, so group 2, I hope this reading was helpful. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below if this resonated with you. I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and consider giving it a thumbs up, as it truly helps out the channel. I want to thank you guys seriously so much for watching. Thank you guys for staying with me. I know I have not been consistent, and I am really trying to make it a point to be more consistent in the near future. So please stay with me and bear with me on that. Thank you guys so much, and we are going to move on to our final group. Hey group 3, so if you selected the smoky quartz crystal, then this is going to be your reading. So I've gone ahead and laid out your tarot cards. We're going to go ahead and start here, and then we're going to go ahead and go through the rest of your oracle cards. Now, please keep in mind, I am filming in my living room, so the light obviously has changed, but this is actually kind of nice because you can see the cards a little bit better. So the way that I did your tarot cards is I kind of focused it more at the beginning, middle, and end of the month. So that's how we're going to be looking at these cards today, and then we're going to look at your oracle messages to get a little bit more information for the whole month. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to see what cards that you guys have, and starting from the left to right, we have the 7 of Swords, we have the 4 of Pentacles, we have the 9 of Cups in reversed, we have the King of Pentacles in reversed, we have the Moon reversed, and then we have the Emperor. So this is, I think, a little interesting here. I feel like a lot of the groups, overall, like a lot of their theme was kind of similar, and I'm kind of seeing a little bit with that with you guys here as well. Which is okay. I think this is actually pretty cool to see some similarities in all the groups. But we're going to start off here with the beginning of the month, and I'll kind of explain as we go on like why I'm seeing that. But let's just start here with the beginning of the month for you guys. So you guys have the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. Now, immediately right off the bat when I'm looking at this, this is making me think that, either this is pertaining to you specifically, or that there is someone who might not be as upfront or honest as they appear. Now, the reason why I said this could pertain to you as well is because you could be maybe not wanting to put in some effort here. Maybe you're not being fully honest with yourself. Just because here with this Four of Pentacles energy, this is very much somebody who's trying to keep a tight hold on their finances or their possessions. Somebody who's really just trying to, kind of have a sense of control over that. And I feel like overall with this energy in particular, this is somebody who's really just trying to, try to keep this close, trying to not really let other people in, or maybe not really confiding in other people or seeking help from other people. This is like, no, I'm going to do this on my own. And for some of you, I feel like if you are trying to manifest something, or you're trying to work towards a specific goal, it's like you're wanting to get there as quickly as you can and fast as you can. And you're thinking that you're working smarter, not harder. If you take maybe like a few shortcuts. And that's where I'm getting this with this energy, because typically with the Seven of Swords, this is somebody who's not maybe being as truthful or as honest, either somebody around you, or this could be you yourself. So that's why I'm saying this can kind of pertain into two different aspects. So either you have somebody who kind of sees what you have and, there might be trying to deceive you or lie to you. And so that way, they can get it for themselves. Or again, this is just your energy overall, which, to be quite honest, looking at the rest of the cards, I'm kind of feeling like this is more you here. Because I feel like you're wanting to have it all, so to speak. And you're trying to get to it as quickly as you can without really thinking too hard into it, or without putting in the work, I should say. And it's interesting too, and the reason why I say that is because for the middle of the month, you have both of these cards here in the reversal. So you've got the Nine of Cups and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Nine of Cups is very much this wish fulfillment, right? This is us, when it's in the upright, this is us attaining our goal. We're close to the finish line. It's like all of our dreams and wishes kind of coming true, so to speak. It's kind of like considered the ultimate wish card. This is in a reversal. So this is telling me that things are not necessarily where you want them to be just yet, or you're just not attaining it as fastly as you want to. I just feel like there's just so much emphasis on how come I'm not where I want to be yet. There's like a sense of impatience, and that's kind of the energy here with this King of Pentacles in the reverse, because the King of Pentacles, when he's upright, it's like he's put in the work. He's finally at the point where his finances are in order, family, home, all of that, like things are good. Like he's exuding this energy because he knows how hard it was that he had to work to get to that point. This is reversal. So this is almost like, I think of, I hate to say this, but like almost temper tantrum energy of like, why am I not there yet? So this is just making me think that there is a huge emphasis on time. Time seems to be of the essence almost here for you. And I feel like because you're not seeing it happen right away, you're getting really upset or maybe agitated. And you might be feeling that. You might be feeling like, and it's just, I would say, especially for, December with the holidays, I know that does tend to be a very stressful time, even though it's supposed to be a happy time, and a loving time because you get to be with your loved ones, and, it's supposed to be all like this coming together. I'm not, really feeling that necessarily. And it's more of the stress. It's more of, stress of finances, stress of having enough or being like where you want to be, because that's kind of what I'm seeing. Like you guys are just not where you thought you would be just yet. And so you're getting impatient, you're getting frustrated, which I think is normal. It's a normal to feel this way, especially if you have a goal in mind, you have a vision for yourself, and you're just not quite hitting it the way that you thought you would. But it could be because maybe we're taking a shortcut. Maybe we're trying to cheat the system, if you will. And I think, spirit and, your spirit guides are trying to tell you, you can't do that. Like if you want, this goal, or if you want to end up here, you have to put in some of the work. This can't just happen overnight just because you wish for it. We kind of have to do a little bit more. And that's part of manifestation. Part of manifestation is us putting in the work, putting in the effort towards our goals. And if we're not doing that and we're just saying, okay, universe, this is what I want, make it happen, it's not necessarily going to happen in that way. So I think that's kind of what I'm seeing here for that. Now it's interesting too, because we have the end of the month, we have the moon in reversed, and then we have the emperor. So the moon is very much, I feel like mixed emotions. There's almost like this uncertainty, and the moon does deal with our subconscious and our intuition as well. And it can deal with our emotions also. So I feel like because we're just kind of so confused and unsure of what we're going to do next, because we're just not quite where we see ourselves being at this point, this is where the emperor energy comes in. This is very much that Aries energy. Okay, somebody who's like, nope, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to make a plan of action, and we're going to get it done. Now this could be somebody else coming in that's more of like a father figure, or somebody who has a sense of authority, somebody who can, maybe you look up to, that can kind of help whip you into shape here, so to speak. Just somebody who's going to kind of be that guiding force that maybe you need in this situation, because I feel like overall we're just kind of at a point where we're having like such a difficult. So sorry guys, I literally lost my train of thought. I had to pause the video real quick. And then I literally forgot what I was saying. So I'm so sorry for that. But basically, what I feel like with this emperor energy is, I just feel like somebody, this could be someone who is either offering assistance or helping you in your life to kind of help put this back upright, and just kind of giving you more of like a plan of action, like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to put in the work and get to where you want to, because obviously we're dissatisfied. We're not happy with necessarily where we're at just yet. And this just means we just need to redo the plan. Okay. We need to focus, hunker down, and really think of what this goal looks like and how we're going to get there. So this is somebody who, this role could just be you maybe coming to that realization yourself and kind of being more like taking charge of your situation, or it could just be somebody else, like I said, coming in to assist you. So like a father like figure, or someone who just kind of has that sense of authority and who knows how to get shit done. Like that's basically what I think of when I think of that emperor energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of your oracle cards so we can get a little bit more information here. So you guys actually have two of these cards. So the first one that we have is True Love Come to Me. So sorry, I had to pause the video. My dog started coughing. Okay, so it says, true love come to me. True love shall come to me as I do will. So mote it be. Okay, so there could be a true love coming in for some of you guys this month. How exciting. I love that. And I did pull some love messages for you guys as well. So there will be love oracle cards here in a moment. And then we have dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. Okay. So this is probably telling you to look into your dreams, okay? Think about the moon. And the moon, obviously, like this is kind of, like I said, deals with our subconscious. And when we're dreaming, this is where I feel like our subconscious kind of comes alive a little bit more. So this could be telling you to kind of pay attention to your dreams and kind of like reshifting that energy as to what it is that you are wanting to bring to fruition, especially if you have a goal goal in mind. But like I said, you might be trying to take a few shortcuts to get there. This is telling you not to do that. So maybe look into some of your dreams and see maybe there's some answers in there that can help guide you along the way. Okay, for your next oracle card, we have home. Oh, I love this. Okay, so again, home life seems to be, I feel like, a strong emphasis here. So this could be just like your possessions, kind of like what you're wanting to kind of keep maybe to yourself, or this is kind of like where you feel maybe you're most safest. But this is just kind of telling you, like, you know, you have to just try to, again, stay focused, but also knowing where you feel you're most confident, where you feel you're most comfortable. And this, I feel like, is that home, you know, at home for you. So for some of you, this could be you just trying to manifest buying a house or buying a home, or trying to find like a new place to live. And maybe you're trying to take a few shortcuts along the way. And obviously, that's not always the best situation. You obviously want to be able to have a plan of action and know, you know, the right people to help you when it comes to buying your home. So if that's the case, you know, again, just kind of take a step back and kind of look at the bigger picture and get as much information as you can, maybe from somebody who actually knows or who has bought a home before, you know, things like that. So then that way they can kind of help get you back on track. Okay. So your next oracle card we have is the supermoon. Emotions are running high. Okay, so yeah, this makes sense with this moon in reverse, and it's funny because you have the super moon as well. So it could just be there's just so much confusion. There's just so much kind of going all over the place. Again, this frustration, this feeling of like, why isn't this happening? Why hasn't it happened yet? Like this discouragement. And yeah, and that can definitely cause your emotions to kind of go haywire in the process. So if that is the case, you know, kind of just hunker down and really just try to refocus on what it is you are wanting. You know, try to create a plan of action, if you will, to get you to the next point. The next one that we have is New Moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. Ooh, so we've got some more emphasis on love. So this might just be, you know, maybe your priorities are not where they need to be right now. Maybe we need to focus more on love, or this is asking you to focus on love during this time. Trying not to just be more about the materialistic aspect of your possessions, but rather, you know, your relationship connections, you know, your love connections, things of that nature. You know, this might be why things aren't happening, because your focus is not where it needs to be at the moment. Okay. Your next oracle card, we have an animal oracle. This is the hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Okay, so yes, be more present, be in the now. This is why I think like the home card was an interesting choice coming up as well, because I feel like that requires you to be present, like when you're home. So in your home life, your family life, asking you to be more present in that. So I feel that with the hummingbird spirit as well, like this is just reminding you just to be in the moment, not so fixated on, you know, your possessions, or fixated on the fact that nothing has happened yet, or it hasn't happened as quickly as you wanted it to. You know, this is just telling you, like, just be a little patient. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at your love messages. So sorry, we're going to look at your love oracle messages, since we did get a few messages about love in here. So we have, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay, so for many of you, yes, this new love could be coming in, and this is going to be true love. For others of you, this could just be that your relationship that you are currently in is just an indication that, yes, this is your true love. I feel like this person is, you know, your person. So if you feel like you're just, you know, not where you need to be, maybe you need to just reconnect with them. Sometimes just connecting back in with your partner and kind of looking to them for guidance can be that guiding force that you need, or can kind of help give you that other maybe set pair of eyes that you needed to relook at the situation to help you navigate through it. So maybe that's the reason why your true love is coming in so heavily in this reading, is because maybe you need to look more to them maybe for the answers that you're seeking here. Okay. The next card that we have is patience. There are things that have yet to unfold in this situation. Trust the wait and have patience. Everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. There's a reason a connection or opportunity may not be happening yet. Trust in divine timing. Yes, this is like what I feel like I was picking up from all of this, is that you're being so impatient, and this is telling you to be patient. Okay. Like I said, there might be some things that just haven't panned out yet. Maybe you are trying to take a shortcut here or whatnot. But whatever it is, this is telling you there's a reason why it hasn't worked out that way. And you just have to trust in the divine timing. And honestly, I think also too, a big part of it is just kind of looking a little bit more inward of how you can do the work to kind of get you that much closer to where you're wanting to be as well. Okay. And then your final oracle card that we have is Sync with the Moon. Okay. So this is a self-love, or just kind of like what you can do, self-care, for the month of December. And I think this is perfect because this is asking you to kind of get back in tune with your intuition, with your emotions, with your subconscious. So a lot of this has to do with some dream work. Definitely, again, look into, I think, your dreams a little bit more, and then also just kind of trusting into your intuition. So syncing in with the moon energy. I don't know if any of you do work with the moon energy. So I don't know. I'd have to look to see when the next, like full moon is, or new moon. But that would be a really good time to work on some manifestation. So if you're wanting to do that, that would be something I would maybe recommend looking into, especially to kind of help get you back on track, but I feel like this is really just asking you to get back in touch with your emotions and get back in touch with what is truly valuable and important to you. So the moon energy could play a huge role in that. Okay. So that is the message that we have there. Now, I do want to pull you guys some additional messages. This is from the Secret Garden Oracle. So we're going to pull some additional messages and see what else we have coming up for the month. Okay, this is hilarious. Sorry. Your first card that flew out was patience. So wait for the fruit to ripen. So literally this is your second confirmations to be patient. Okay. So maybe that's just the key word for this month, is we got to be patient. Okay. The next one that we have is serenity. Value quiet days. Sorry, honey was sneezing. Value quiet days with the only rustling leaves breaking the silence. Okay. So just allow yourself to just relax a little bit. Okay. Enjoy the peace and quiet, maybe just from being home and finding a safe space in your home for that nice and peace of serenity. And then we have listen, be alert. The soft chiming bells call to nearby fairies. Okay. So when I see this automatically made me think of listening to your intuition. Automatically, just because with the fact that you had the moon card here in reverse, this is telling me things are just, like I said, so out of sorts and you're unable to really focus or listen to that. So I would, like I said, try to do a little bit of moon work if you can, but find a way to just really center yourself so you are able to hear what your intuition is trying to tell you, what it is that you're trying, what you should do to get you kind of back on track, to working towards your goal, because that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And then of course, obviously be patient. Okay. Trust the process, if you will. All right. So group 3, that was your reading. Definitely let me know down below if this resonated with you. I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and consider giving it a thumbs up, as it truly helps out my channel. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.